2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
There's a look at downtown Los Angeles from the air. We're coming to you live from the Staples Center. Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Hardaway. And it's Bullock in at the 3. And for the Clippers, the perimeter filled up by Leonard and George. Ibaka is out there with Batum, and it's Beverly in at the point. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. And here's Batum. Passes it to Beverly. And he's good on the 3-ball.
Well, Patrick Beverly puts in the time to become a legit threat from range.
Doncic left side. And the layup is good.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here is Ibaka after Luka Doncic's bucket. George, that's a 2-pointer. That's good on the jump shot.
Silky, smooth jumper from Paul George, and he just lets it fly whenever he gets free from that spot.
And what a unique career Serge Ibaka has had. Some incredible totals for him over the course of his career.
That's right, Greg. I mean, I think people would be shocked to know Serge Ibaka was the first player ever to make 500 threes and have 1,500 blocks. Hard to imagine nobody had ever accomplished that feat. Give credit to Ibaka. He changed his offense and added the 3-ball.
Well, coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But, you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
The first free throw is good.
And last year, Dallas gave Porzingis the contract he was looking for to the tune of $158 million.
And Greg, credit the Dallas organization for believing in Kristaps Porzingis' talent. And now credit Porzingis, because you have to share shot attempts and usage with Luka Doncic. What has he done? He's concentrated on better rebounding, better rim protecting. This guy is all in on winning, and what a combination these two guys can be.
Now, here is George. The 3. Drops in the tray. George has got 5 now.
That's a great beginning. 3 for 3 from the floor.
Doncic outside. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. From deep. Hands it from downtown. He's got 5.
And Doncic loves the ability to respond with a 3. That is tough.
Here's George, and the shot goes down.
Boy, 4 for 4 to get things started. Must have been a good shoot-around this morning.
The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Teron, Lou, and I had a few minutes to share. Among the chief items of concern is the scoring versatility of Kristaps Porzingis. Coach said he can beat you facing up, back to the basket, running to the rim. Defensively, we have to keep him in our sights at all times. We'll see if all that extra attention pays off. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Now, here's George. 7 points in the game. First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in, and that one drops.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
Doncic outside. It's hauled in by Beverly.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. The shot, no good. And Doncic, here we go.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
And the first one at the line is good.
And I think, guys, over time, you would anticipate Luka Doncic becoming more and more of a leader. This guy is so fun to watch from a skill perspective.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Reggie Bullock, and it's Green in for Hardaway. All free throws good from Doncic.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
George looking around. No good from outside. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Clippers shooting their first free throw of the contest.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Find the lane. Find the lane. One shot.
Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
Batum with the steal. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Patrick Beverly is the kind of competitor every team wants. Gets himself a trip to the free throw line.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And really, guys, his percentage from the line at 70 isn't quite up to snuff.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
Boy, Patrick Beverly, what a pleasure this guy is to watch. The level of competitiveness, the commitment to the defensive end. Man, he can raise the team.
Zubac is checked in for Serge Ibaka. That one is no good. A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney-Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year, more efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls, and I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney Smith is a guy you can win with.
Now here's Beverly. He's got 6. And no good that time. Nice D from Doncic. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. It's a 3-point game. The pass to Green. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
You know, there's an unselfishness to Luka Doncic, and a pretty pass right there.
The Clippers have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. And Leonard has it in the corner. Sinks the triple.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Nailed from three-point land. Doncic has got 12.
And just a solid way to start the game. 4-5.
Now George, and he makes that one.
And when Paul George has this kind of rhythm and pace to his game, you simply want the ball in his hands as much as possible.
Doncic with it. 12 points for him. Pass to Kleba. Puts up a 3. Oh, and he nails it just in time.
One eye on the rim, one on the clock. What a play.
Coaches talk about ending quarters. Well, you cannot do it better than that.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And we'll be right back after this. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverly about his throwback style.
Old school basketball, you know, and it's fun and it's light. Fans deserve it on both sides. You know, it's a good old-fashioned basketball. You know, it's all a part of the game. We're both trying to win, and that's what people want to see. Hard-nosed, edgy basketball.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverly may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, very disruptive in that first period. They never allowed the offense to get comfortable.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at Los Angeles. The perimeter filled up by Leonard and George. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. And it's Rondo in at the 1 spot. Dallas has gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Here's Doncic. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Rajon Rondo.
And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far seems to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's exactly right. Doncic, Greg, was selected by Atlanta with the 3rd pick. He was then quickly shipped to Dallas for the 5th overall pick, which turned into Trae Young, plus a future pick. Neither of these young men wasted any time putting their stamp on the NBA. I do think their futures will always be discussed in connection with the other.
Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters, but ultimately your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, you know, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
Off target from three-point range. The Clippers trail. And a wide-open look for Rondo. And the 3 off target. So it's the Mavericks now. Leonard with the steal. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
The best scorers in the game have the ability to get to the free throw line. Kawhi Leonard lives there.
And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach, Doris, to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach. When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college, but boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard. And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
Pass to Zubac. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. To the middle. Here's George. That shot is off. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Green kicks to Marjanovic. Green, the pass to Brunson. And oh, here we go with Leonard. Nobody back. And then Leonard with the dunk.
You know, many consider this guy the best two-way player in the world. And you love that Kawhi Leonard's defense, he is the guy that finishes. That's appropriate.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
One shot.
Well, you think back to draft day in 2011. It was quiet then. It became loud as his career went on. But the Spurs get the draft rights to Kawhi Leonard on that day for George Hill. Incredible.
Now, here's Doncic. He's got 20. Outside, Green. 4 on the clock. Brunson with it. George picks him up. Shots good by Green.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Clippers trail by 3. Now here's Rondo. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Doncic. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
I'll tell you, Luka Doncic makes tough shots look easy. Boy, that close to the bucket through that much contact, nice.
Now here's Zubac. Back to Rondo. Puts it up. Almost, but it rolls out.
It's almost as if there's a lid on the hoop for him right now. He still hasn't gotten one to fall in the quarter.
And they double up Doncic. Leonard with the steal. Down low. And the shot is good. The Maverick lead has been cut to just 3 points on the basket from Morris.
Well, we know Kawhi will always attract lots of defensive attention, which puts him in a position to find his teammates. Pretty pass.
Now, here's Doncic. He's got 22. Out left to the wing. Brunson kicks to Green. Here's Finney-Smith. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Pass to Morris. Rondo, bounce pass. Green with the rebound.
Great contest by the defender, but that's a dunk you've got to put down in his face.
Brunson, no good.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Rondo against Doncic. Morris, no good. Dallas leading by 5. And it's Doncic missing. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. Leonard looking over the floor. George against Doncic. 6 to shoot. And it's Rondo in the corner. That 3 off the mark.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
And Dallas calls their first timeout of the game.
You know, couldn't agree more with this timeout. Far too many turnovers to get any kind of offensive rhythm. You're just trying to mix things up here.
And Los Angeles with some changes. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubats. Batum comes in for Morris. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Rajon Rondo. Then for the Mavericks, Porzingis, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Reggie Bullock comes in for Green. Hardaway is subbed in for Jalen Brunson.
Boy, there is an artistry and a feel to Luka Doncic's game. This guy is elite with his playmaking.
Now here's Leonard. 8 points for him. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. Mavericks leading by 7. Here's Doncic. Outside, Porzingis. Back to Doncic. And the pass to Porzingis. Stolen by George. The drive by Cousins. Rebounded by Hardaway.
And they have built their advantage on the scoreboard here by doing all the little things.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And here's Doncic from the arc. Off the mark for the 4th time this game. He is 7 for 11 now.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumping.
No good from Cousins.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
And the footage relayed to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus, I think he got it off in time. The replay leaving little doubt.
And the call is going to be overturned. The second look shows that he did, in fact, beat the clock.
Yeah, they're glad they're going to get those points. It wasn't too long ago that they wouldn't even have looked at it on the monitor, but replays here, and it's here to stay for situations just like that one.
And so it's Dallas, ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Jason Kidd. Jason, how do you feel about your team's performance?
I feel great. You know, we're sharing the ball, we're making the extra pass, but we're attacking the paint. And if we can continue to do that, it puts us in a good seat.
Jason, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He ended up with 22 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And a little redemption for him tonight. In their previous game, he was not at his best. Shaq, what's your take on Dallas?
Man, I know he's 20 years old, but it's been fun watching Doncic do his thing out there. Look, his team depends on him to score, and he's doing just that. Nothing the defense is doing has slowed him down. He plays at his own little pace.
And Kenny, let's get your thoughts on the Clippers.
Well, they shot under 40% in the first half. There's your deficit. They missed some open looks, wide open. But overall, I thought the offense was stagnant. Look for their coach to draw up some specific plays to try to jumpstart them in the second half.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you, 2 quarters in the books. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
I have to love his tenacity. This guy stays in attack mode, makes defenders work, tries to keep them off balance.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Greg, did you know when you were playing that you'd eventually want to call games, be in the broadcast table?
Kevin, no idea. I didn't have any clue. And quite honestly, didn't really think that there was a career that one could have in terms of broadcasting, you know, because cable was just kind of coming on as I was retiring. You didn't have your own network and the things that we take for granted now. So looking back on it, no, but boy, am I glad I did.
I am glad you did too. You probably don't remember this. Doc Rivers and I were doing a game. You came over to say hi to the two of us, went back out on the floor. Doc nudges me and said he'll be great in TV someday. We saw it then.
He's a good mind. The man knows what he's talking about.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Jason Kidd. Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Hardaway is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Bullock in at the 3 spot. The Clippers have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight. The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard. And here is Doncic. He's got 22. To the inside, Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got his 4th assist in this one. Clippers trail by 8. Left side, Leonard. Hardaway with the steal. He dishes it to Bullock. Pass to Kleber. Back to Bullock. He kicks it to Hardaway. Doncic looking it over. Just 5 on the clock. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good.
And when you watch Hardaway shoot, one thing that stands out, he has a very quick release.
And Greg, that's what makes the jumper very tough to contest, especially when he's dialing it up from range. You have to stay connected to this guy defensively. It's not easy to do with the other weapons on this team.
The Clippers have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7. Here's Hardaway. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Pass to Porzingis. Over Ibaka. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. And the Mavericks lead by 7.
Well, he is so comfortable with his superstar status in the league. Porzingis excellent on the catch and shoot.
Porzingis comes with the double team. Kleber with it, and Batum picks him up defensively. Doncic against Beverly. And Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got the lead up to 9 now for Dallas.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
Ibaka, the pass to Leonard. Got a hand on it.
You know, missed that one, but still a really good start coming off the break. 3 for 4 now.
Bullock, good.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
And I think they count on him for that. He is a tone setter, extremely unselfish.
Leonard draws the double, and we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile 1 block.
And read the play perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
And here are the Mavericks now. Mavericks leading by 12. And it's Doncic missing. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Here's Batum. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. Dallas has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. And here's Doncic from the arc. They get the rebound. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. Jacks up a 3. Rebound by the Clippers.
Just a cold shooting night. Needs to try to make it into the basket.
Batum.
And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
The Clippers have been good at the free throw line in this one, 7 of 8. And that one falls for Batum. Reggie Jackson's checked in for the Clippers. And he makes both free throws.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Doncic against Beverly. They get it back. Here's Porzingis. Over in the corner, Doncic. Hardaway finds Doncic. Just 4 to shoot. Second shot opportunity. Batum grabs the miss.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Snatched up. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Ibaka.
I have always loved the intensity with which Serge Ibaka plays, especially on the glass. He understands how to use his length.
Doncic on the mark with the 15-footer. Doncic has got 4 this quarter.
Slow rotation there defensively, and he gets a wide open look from mid-range.
And I'll tell you, you look up at the scoreboard, that's correct. They have a big lead for a reason.
And Doris, as if it were destiny, Kleba grew up in the same hometown as Mavs legend Dirk Nowitzki.
And this is a fun and extraordinary story to tell, because in 2017, Kleba texted with Nowitzki before signing with Dallas. But though they come from the same town, they didn't know each other until they became teammates. That's extraordinary.
And so it's Dallas with him after Los Angeles picked up 3 with their last shot. Second chance shot. Passes it to Bullock. Leonard with the steal. And there's the pass to Beverly. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Porzingis has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Porzingis is doubled. Outside Hardaway. And it's off from 3-point range. Clippers trail by 9. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. Tim Hardaway picks one up.
Well, Kawhi Leonard has 0 fear. In fact, contact, it doesn't deter him at all.
This will be his 5th trip to the free throw line. Dallas leading by 6.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Well, it's trying to close the quarter strong, and by that, take a great shot without giving them an opportunity for another one down the other end. This guy, a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive, scoring the ball.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We've got more in store for you right after this. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Reggie Jackson out there with Johnson. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Morris in at the 3, the small forward. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Offensive rebound. Porzingis kicks to Hardaway. Finney-Smith passes to Green. And here's Brunson. His three-pointer's off the mark. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Cousins with the ball. Johnson can't hit. Mavericks leading by 9. Now Brunson. It's stolen by Morris. Kicks it to Cousins. A 3-ball. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound. Finney-Smith's got 6 rebounds in the game. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Runs in the pass to Finney-Smith. A three-pointer is right on target. Finney-Smith's got the lead up to 12 now for the Mavs. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Johnson with the bounce pass. Here's Zubac. Here's Cousins. And at last, they get one to fall.
Just great work by DeMarcus Cousins. Persistence, great scoring ability, and that's how you manufacture points.
Brunson with it. Out to Porzingis from outside the arc. He can't get that one.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Johnson outside. Jackson against Green. Clock at 6. Hardaway with the steal. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. To Porzingis, three-pointer, and 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
It's proving very difficult to guard Tim Hardaway Jr. without fouling the guy, especially when he's this aggressive.
And the first one drops.
You see, to me, guys, for Tim Hardaway Jr., there's still another level for him to reach. He has proven that he can be a big-time scorer. To me now, it's about consistency and doing it night after night after night.
Paul George, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Rondo comes in for Reggie Jackson. Marjanovic checked in for Dallas. Hardaway hits them both. Clippers trail by 12. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Now here's Brunson. Rajon Rondo missing his last shot. Stolen by George. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. The Second chance effort. Zubac trying to break loose. And the layup by George.
Well, Paul George putting the size and the length that he possesses to be an effective force on the glass. Nice.
And stolen by Cousins. Outside for George. That doesn't go either for George. Dallas leading by 10. Now here's Brunson. From deep three-point range, the Clippers grab the miss. George has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And the lead is down inside single digits. George has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, I like to see Paul George be assertive down low. This guy doesn't lack for confidence, and he is an accomplished scorer regardless of where he is on the floor.
And the Mavericks call time here. And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Luka Doncic.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Jason Kidd went over with his team. He said, this is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make the simple play. In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
All right, David, thanks. Can't hit the free throw line jump.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
And with that, the Maverick lead is cut down now to just 6 in the basket from Paul George.
What pretty vision right there by Patrick Beverley. Wow.
1:29 left in the 4th quarter of this one. Doncic dishes to Hardaway. Dallas, no good that time either. LA's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. Leonard kicks to Batum. Kicks it out to Leonard. Shot clock at 5. Drills the three-pointer. Now just a 3-point Maverick lead.
Absolutely no fear. Kawhi Leonard welcomes these moments. He relishes these moments.
.51 seconds left in the 4th quarter. To end the cold streak, it's in!
Doncic has been in this position many times. He makes it look easy.
And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 5. There's 45 seconds left to play here in the 4th. There's 45 seconds left in the game. And here's Leonard from 3. Yes! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
Here's Doncic. From downtown. Cranes it from downtown.
Timeout. Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
And the Clippers call time here. They're down by 5. There's 21 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Ibaka finds George. Count it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
And an intentional foul right there.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Well, you love a guy who gets himself to the line, takes his time, and makes the free throws. Complete professional.
Everly for 3. Mavericks with the rebound. It's stolen by Ibaka. Missed. So it's a narrow victory for the Mavericks, pulling out the W. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Here with Luka. You got the W, so what did you think about your performance?
You know, we got to win against a team that is very competitive. You know, they go hard no matter what. You know, they're a great team. And, you know, I'm just glad we got to win. We got to keep going like that.
Hey, man, thanks for your time. I really appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.